Greetings, today I'm installing what is inside this box, and that is the induction kit for my Focus RS from Mountune. This is the kit right here. As you can see, it consists of like the coupler, the high flow hose, the first half of the crossover, and then of course the high flow air filter. So apart from being high flow, as you can see, it's like this red K&N. It has this other feature, if I could get it out with one hand. This part pops off, so if I just pull this off, you can see that it has this whole other section of filter. So opening this up means that we have a secondary source of air. We have a higher surface area too, which means that we can get potentially more air into the engine per unit of time. So that is the benefits of this particular filter. This one is made by K&N. I think Mountune maybe do source these from K&N as well as somewhere else. I've seen ones with a Mountune logo on it, but this one is K&N. I think it said 57S, but whatever. It's just whatever they supplied for me. So I'm going to do this first, and then I will do the pipes after. Alright, so to get in at the air filter to change it, we need to take the airbox lid off, and that means loosening up 4 bolt thingies. Here, one round the back and one round the side, and they require a 7mm socket. So I'm just using my screwdriver and a little socket for the screwdriver, which is pretty handy. So you can kind of see before I do this. So the stock filter and the K&N filter that I have, the side is completely closed. It's just sort of doesn't do anything. It's just almost kind of like part of the airbox. But with our new filter, this will be nicely opened up. Secondary source of air, all good. These shouldn't be in too tight, so we just kind of want to loosen it up. Now these don't come out, that's it loose. So then we just repeat the same process, all 4. Now the one that's around the back here, you can see I've got like this extra long screwdriver, but I need this extra wee extension as well, just to get in there, because it's pretty well down in there, as you can see. But that's no problem. And that's the lid off. So it should be a fairly simple thing to get this out. Just kind of like lift it up and out. There we go. So side by side comparison, you can see that my old K&N and this one they're almost identical, apart from the secondary air source, which is just going to add that little bit of extra oomph, and of course forms part of future upgrades. So yeah, let's just get this in. Okay, so we just line this bit up with this part. It's technically part of the airbox, and then there's a lip here, and there's a lip in the airbox itself. So we just line this up and sort of get it to click in there. There we go. So if you can see down in there, there's like 2 little teethy things. You kind of just push the air filter as far into the left, and then you push down, and those will guide the lip into place, and you'll feel it. It sort of clicks in, and that's it, good to go. Okay, now the filter's in place, we can put our lid back on. So very simple, just reverse of the process. Slightly easier to go sort of slightly angled at this side and then sort of click it down like that. But once we're in place, just tighten up these here. Don't over tighten them. They weren't very tight to begin with, so too tight is broken and you don't want to break these because they are sort of in the airbox cover itself. So we just tighten them up, just sort of hand tight, not overdoing it. No He-Man, no hulking, just get them in place. That is our filter change to the nice, extra, super awesome, high flow K&N air filter that we got from Mountune. And you can see we have our secondary intake looking lovely, looking like it's going to be awesome. Happy days. So now we can move on to replacing the pipes. But first we need to take the engine cover off, so we just sort of yank it off. Now we have the engine cover off, we need to disconnect this vacuum line and move it out of the way. So we just push this little tab thing and pull, and that comes right off. Then up here on like this, like the first half of the crossover, it kind of just is on this rubber grommet thing. We just sort of pull that out and it just pops off, and then that's that loose and out of the way. So now we're ready to disconnect some things and get this out. So we need to remove this bolt right here, which is holding this on. So I'm going to use an 8mm socket. Just take that out. Alrighty. Now I need to loosen a couple of the clamps that are holding this on, and I'm going to go back to a 7mm socket. So you've got the one down here that is onto the airbox. So just loosen that rightly. Seems pretty loose. And then I'm going to go up to this one that's connecting like this coupler to the secondary crossover. That should be good. So now, if that would come off, there we go. So now we should be able to get this out. Wiggly wiggly. Wiggly wiggly. Oh yes, I forgot about this. So this vacuum line actually has a wee clippy thing on the other side. So just sort of push it off and that comes right out. And then that's just off. So this is probably a good time to do a little side-by-side comparison with the stock stuff and the Mountune stuff. So here the hose obviously looks way nicer, noticeably larger bore, and same thing with the first part of the crossover. It's like way thicker and just way nicer, I guess. So yeah, let's get, well not this, let's get this put in. Alright, so on this bit that goes into the airbox, there's this like rectangular notch thing right here, and if you look at the silicone hose from Mountune, it has a corresponding notch. So that is where we have to line this up. So let's do it. Get it on and wiggle it around, and that lines up perfectly with a little notch. So now we can slide over one of the provided Jubilee clips. And conveniently that uses the same 7mm socket that we used to remove the stock clamps. Okay, now we drop another hose clamp in here, just in preparation for coupling to the crossover. We need to remove this little top hat and this little rubber grommet thing from the stock crossover and put it into the Mountune. So if you kind of just push up from below to get it started and then pull out from above, then we can remove the rubber bit, which is just like soft rubber. And then on the Mountune crossover, rubber bit, I guess squeeze it, push it, it's in place. Your little metal top hat, or is it plastic? No, it's metal. Your little top hat, push it through. So you will recall as well then, around the back of the stock crossover there was this little plastic clip that was holding that vacuum line just in place. So we need to yank that off, like that, and then put that into the Mountune as well. So it's literally just like a compression fit into the hole. Just like that. Okay, so now I'm going to do a little coupler which joins the two crossovers together. So up here, just get it on. Of course you want the Mountune logo pointing at your face because it's awesome. So another one of the provided Jubilee clips. Okay, now we slip another loose clamp over the end of this. And now we're ready to get our crossover in place. Well, that was a bit of a tough old angle getting that in. I actually had to sort of pop the airbox kind of up a bit in order to get the angle, to get it in, and then just sort of push it down again once I did. But as you can see, we're all in place, and now we're ready to tighten up all of our clamps in the right positions. Voila. So now that we have the clamps in, you can see that the Mountune has this like thingamabob to put our rubber grommet job for the vacuum line into. So just trying to wiggle it down in there. And that clip that we did before, you can't really see on the video, I'm sure, but we just kind of clip it in. Just feel around, that's it, in. And we reconnect the vacuum line, just push. Nice reassuring click. So the final step then is to put this bolt back in here where it should be nicely aligned. If we look over the top, we should be able to see the hole. Oh yeah, I see it. Yep, so getting it sighted just with my fingers. Yep. And then back to the 8mm socket for this one. I tighten it, but Mountune say do not over tighten, so just when it feels like it's gonna, yep, it's just started to get a little tight, so I'm gonna stop right there. All we need to do is replace the engine cover, and we really are installation complete. So one final point to note, that if you have your sound deadening still installed, you should remove it to provide proper clearance for the intake, because you can kind of see here, this sits up just a decent wee chunk more than the stock one because, well, it's just bigger. So sound deadening, remove that and you'll be good to go, and you'll also hear the awesome sounds that you're going to be getting from your intake now. So that is installation complete. Hope you like this video. Please do like, share and subscribe for more content to come very, very soon. Thank you once again. Goodbye.